Hi, my name is Abigail and welcome back to my channel. On this video, I'm going to be giving you an experience of luxury interiors to its optimal level, and no better place to do that than RH England. I visited recently and the experience was absolutely divine. First, when you arrive, you get valet parking, so you're really experiencing that luxury lifestyle. We started off at the Orangery having brunch, and I must say it was beautiful. Definitely come here earlier at 11, which we did, because you really can appreciate the space in its entirety being slightly isolated. Prior to arriving, I looked at some reviews and they said the food wasn't that great, but when I got here, I knew that I was spoiled for choice. You can have chips with caviar. How bougie is that? And when the food came, I was definitely impressed. There were bursts of flavors, it was well cooked, and I can tell that the ingredients were premium and organic. Next time I go, I'm definitely going to have some tea because we both had cold drinks, which didn't make sense because it was quite cold that day, but the matcha was definitely beautiful and lovely and creamy. We also had some cheese and grapes with it and some beautiful soft bread, and it was definitely good for the palate after I had finished eating. Just absolutely exquisite. I'll also recommend that you get the smashed crispy potato. It was flavourable and delicious, and if I could, I would take some home, but definitely was not the place for that. Okay, so enough about the food, let's go into the interiors. Now I'm going to talk a little bit more about our RH house later on in the video, but I'm going to be going through each room and give you tips, and we're going to talk about each detail, and hopefully you'll be able to learn how you can apply this in your home as well. Quick outfit check. This outfit is from Mango, the top and the bottom, and I absolutely love the fitting on it. I love the drainage in the sink here, it's very seamless, and the marble that they use here gives it that soft, warm touch to the eye. Wall lights in the bathroom are a great way to elevate your space, and this ribbed one with this beautiful antique brass is gorgeous. If your space will allow, having a ceiling to floor mirror like this will definitely bring visual interest. I love this antique mirror because it's not just giving reflection, it's also there to be a subject of decor. Of course, a chandelier like this is quite grand for your bathroom, but if you do have high-rise ceilings, you may want to consider it at a smaller scale. It just adds that luxury traditional touch. I would highly recommend brass, either brushed or chrome, as it's a signature piece in luxury interiors. I'm definitely going to come back in the spring because the landscaping and external grounds were beautiful. They also had wild deers roaming free, and it was so divine to watch. Even though it was a grey sky, the rooms were illuminating and really showing off its beauty and its interiors. And I think that's because of the colours, themes and textures that were used in here. And I'm going to go into a little bit more detail as we move along in the video. There was an exhibition and library in this venue which I really enjoyed exploring, but it was the furniture pieces that really caught my eye. The company take pride in their artisanal craftsmanship in their timeless collections, which celebrate distinctive provenance and enduring quality in each piece. I find home libraries very intriguing, and if they're like this, they're very ravishing. It's been my dream to have a home library in my home one day, even if it's not an entire room, but a nook will definitely suffice. This is a concept you definitely want to consider in your home, perhaps incorporating it in your home office, or if you have a room and you're not sure what to do with it, perhaps consider a home library such as this. You can also use this shelving for styling, antiques, and definitely some memorabilia on display for an exhibitionary feel. I was in awe of these lights. I definitely appreciated the artistry here and the way that the lights are illuminated in each spaces, as well as giving style and dynamic to the ceiling. If I could, I would literally be dancing up the stairs. I was in my element here. As you know, I love Parisian and Asian Italian decor. It was so grand, magnificent. I definitely appreciated the historic elements that it brought in there. It felt like a museum and I loved it. The design in this principal lounge can definitely be emulated in any space. The use of symmetry was applied and very large decorative items. When I talk about bringing large items into your space in my videos, this is definitely a fine example of this. But keep watching because there are more rooms where it definitely does accentuate the beauty of this. Now we move on to the principal bedroom. This was exquisite. I love the monochromatic touch and the fine details that it has in this space. The only reason why this room was a little bit too much to the eye for me was because of the lighting, but I do understand that it is a showroom, so they were trying to put as much lighting on display for purchase. I would love to have a 4-pillar bed like this in future, and I especially love the way this was uniquely designed at the top. Absolutely amazing. Like, imagine waking up or just being in your space and seeing that. Divine. And this office, oh, absolutely love. I just love the large mouldings on the wall with the artwork in between, the monochromatic theme. And you don't have to do too much of the artwork. Like, look, just focus on there. It's gorgeous. So just take a seat here and just see that view. Like, if you come round and just see the view that I'm seeing right now as you're doing your work. When I walked into this room, I thought this will make a perfect guest room. It's very inviting and homely without being too personal. Again, you can see here how symmetry has been used by use of the mirrors, bedside lamp and artwork. It's definitely a feature you have to consider in contemporary design. And here we are in another master bedroom, and this one is definitely swaying between modern organic and rustic luxury. I'm not sure about the style for myself personally, but again, I can appreciate it. I loved the textures, the tones and the colours used for that warm feel. I was inspired here by this tapestry. I want to actually try and apply this in my home. Perhaps not the same particular design because it's very detailed, but I love the way that they kind of moved it together to give the crease, made it look 3D, like it was moving, and it's a good way to add mural art to your wall, perhaps covering an imperfect wall, or you can even have storage behind it. So innovative. I even developed the idea of having this on the ceiling. Yeah, but watch this space, let's see. If you like some of the pieces in this room or even in this whole video, I will link it in the description below, including some dupes of where you can get it at a more affordable price to your budget. Now to follow are two of my favorite rooms, and I'll show you why. Just keep watching the video and I'll tell you why later. Both rooms are very different in its design. This one is quite modern, while the other is a little bit more traditional. But I loved how they used the colours, as I said, with the monochromatic touches. The visual interest was key, and to some, it may be slightly overbearing, but it was not overwhelming. Very AP, aesthetically pleasing. So we are coming up to the end of the tour. My battery died on my iPhone. So we're using a different camera, so the quality might be a little bit different. I'll try and adjust it so it reaches the levels. But yeah, I just want to show you this last room. It's absolutely gorgeous. I'm really loving these draperies and these really high ceilings. We don't get as much in this country, but I do appreciate it. And if we do, it would be nice to kind of bring some of those elements even into a smaller room to elongate the ceilings. Like, look at the features in that lighting over there. Gorgeous. And these fine linen draperies, as you can see here, are so nice to kind of block the lights, which means that you don't even need to have window dressings. You can leave the windows bare and just bring in that natural light when it's needed, and just close your curtains and open when it's daytime. I love. And if I just bring your attention to this artwork and sculpture here, as you can see, there's loads of sculptures. They're not shy from bringing in very large objects. Obviously you need a bigger home, but you know, light in here, symmetry is key to massive artwork. Now, As you can see from the tour here, there was a lot of rustic touches and architectural features, and I think that's what the company pride themselves with. I love that they elevate it with luxury to its very detail. I've always known of Restoration Hardware from America, so I was so pleased to hear that they had opened it up to the public in England. This is in Oxford, which is about an hour and a half from my home, so not so bad, and definitely was worth the travel. Now, there's a lot more rooms that I visited, but I've only shown you a snippet. There's in fact 60 rooms, yes, 60 rooms in this 400-year-old estate building, and each room has been perfectly styled by Restoration Hardware. Now, there's free restaurants as well, so you can come here to wine and dine, including this juice bar with fresh organic fruits blended to perfection. I really enjoyed it, and it was definitely needed after the tour. I'm definitely coming back in the summer because I really want to appreciate the outside grounds, which I've said before, and look at the landmarks of this beautiful historical building. Now, if you're thinking of coming to visit, as I said, try and come early so that you can take your time and look at the 60 rooms, although it could be a little bit overwhelming, but definitely worth visiting if you're an interior designer or interior fanatic like me. Now, afterwards, I was driven to Bicester Village, which is a 20-minute drive, and that is a designer outlet. If you're into fashion, you can get some really good pieces there. Now, I hope you enjoyed the tour. I hope you really enjoyed this video and you got some inspiration to visit or even use some of this in your home. Please come back and watch some more videos, and yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.